what's up, folks? Welcome back to another edition of On Texas Football. I'm lifetime Longhorn Rod Babers. Pleased to be joined by the estimable Jerry Hamilton here on Texas Football. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Glad you guys could join us for Father's Day. OTF fam, that's why I call you guys fam, because on holidays, it's all about family, and we appreciate you guys joining us. A lot of recruiting discussion on the show today, so get your questions, comments out there. We'll try to address as many of them as we can. Super chats always jump to the front of the line. You can interrupt the show at any time. Just throw out a super chat. This show brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks and Von Lang. We'll tell you more about them later on. But Jerry, big weekend on the 40 acres for the official visitors. Some big names, of course. I will be talking about those guys, Easton Royal, Munchen Sales. But what are your thoughts about the official visitor weekend? How did Texas do in your opinion?
Yeah, I think Texas had a really good weekend. And when we say really, really good weekends, doesn't mean they're going to get them all, right? We know the whole drill. But I thought Texas had a really strong weekend in recruiting, as they should, as you'd expect to, right? You have 3 official visit weekends. You got to make the most of them. I thought the talent was tremendous on campus, by the way. Obviously, we have a list of those guys, but, it's pretty easy to start. Ty Knutson, obviously the quarterback commit was there, but then you get the Eastern Roll, you get the Munchen Sales, you get the Landon Williams Callis. I mean, those are 3 of the top offensive prospects in America, right? Lucas Rowe, offensive lineman out from Orange Lutheran. Get your questions in on all these guys. And then you move over to the defensive side of the ball. 2 defensive linemen, Tyler Alexander out of Palm Beach Central, a Texas, Georgia, Notre Dame, Colorado battle. Jason Johnson from Atascocita, Texas, LSU, Vanderbilt, Cal, right? You get the linebacker, Gerald Bridges, one of the latest offers. Tape's really good. Came in at 6'1", 197, so 197 pounds. I think Texas thinks like they can get him to 215, 220, around 220 pounds. And then there were a lot of really good defensive backs on campus. It was a big weekend for defensive back recruiting, I believe. Greedy James committed, but LSU making a real run there. Notre Dame also got an OV. Then you had Dylan McGee out of DeSoto, Texas, SMU, Penn State. And then you had Brandon Sherrard, the versatile DB out of Shadow Creek, who's a big LSU lean going into this weekend. And I think Texas did a really good job there. So a lot of talent on campus. And I think it was a pretty strong weekend overall.
Speaking of DBs, obviously coming off the John Meredith recruitment, a lot of momentum with that one. Second DB in the class. How many DBs you think they're going to take in Muschamp's first class?
I think Texas will take 5. I think they will take 5 defensive backs. You have John Meredith, obviously, 5-star corner. You have Greedy James. Texas, obviously, I think did well with him. Some of the people I've talked to think the parents may prefer Texas for him. We'll see what happens. Again, LSU making a run there. I think LSU's just looking to maybe split a Brandon Sherrard and Greedy James. Make sure they try to get somebody from that Houston area, which is so, so important to their recruiting over the years. So we'll see how that goes for them. But I think Greedy James obviously is committed. So you got 2 guys committed. I think Texas would Junior Tupou. I think they would take him. And then I think, if they get Tupou on the 25th, he visited Alabama last week, and if they get him and you're sitting at 3, if you can get this done, we're playing hypotheticals here, then there's pretty much 2 spots left. And who is that going to be? Sherrard, Dylan McGee, Montre Jackson. The interesting thing about Dylan McGee and Montre Jackson is SMU wants 1 corner in this class. And those, I think Dylan McGee's probably top, and I think Montre Jackson's right there with them. So does Texas and SMU end up splitting those guys? We'll see. A lot of decisions coming up this week, Rod. Dylan McGee's on the 25th. Junior Tupou's on the 25th. Montre Jackson's on the 27th. We're waiting for a date from Brandon Sherrard, but it'll probably be right around that time. Could be a couple of days earlier, could be a couple of days later, but I think this defensive back class is going to be decided pretty quick.
All right, I got to watch Dylan McGee and I believe Montre Jackson. I haven't watched those guys enough. I'm going to check those guys out. Matter of fact, I'm doing that tomorrow. Once Father's Day is done, I'm going to check those guys out because I haven't watched film on those guys yet. Most of these DBs they're looking at, I've gotten a chance to see. Let's flip to the other side of the ball. Let's talk about the wide receivers because you don't get bigger than Easton Royal and Munchen Sales. Longhorn fans are really grateful to you, Jerry, because you put out something on social media that at least was able to, for Longhorn fans, give them a little bit of confidence in how firm the commitment is from Easton Royal, because even though he's been committed for a long time for the Longhorns, everybody's still recruiting him to the whistle.
Yeah.
You'd be dumb not to. But what did he say today that got Longhorn fans more confident that this commitment is as firm as it can get at this point?
Look, I think my thing with Easton Royals is the same as it's always been. This recruitment's going to late November or signing day in December. No matter what happens, if Royal comes out in 3 or 4 weeks, says, hey, I'm still committed to Texas, it's not like LSU's given up. I mean, this recruitment's going the distance one way or the other. So I think that's the interesting thing that Eastern Royal kind of has to navigate in his mind is, look, the state of Louisiana pressure is real. I've talked about it. In my 2 decades plus doing this, there's never been a state, and there's not a state currently, where there's more pressure to stay in state for a top prospect.
Agreed.
It is what it is. LSU is the in-state school. They've won 3 national championships. 3 of the last 4 coaches have won national championships. There's intense pressure, especially in South Louisiana, to stay in that state. And so Easton's starting to go through that process. And I think that process is real. And I think every kid feels it, whether they say it or not. They feel it. And it only gets more intense as it gets closer to signing day. So that's my first thing. I'm going to remain same on this recruitment. He can remain committed. This recruitment's not over for a 5-star prospect in New Orleans until he signs. I think from a resume of Chris Jackson, I think Sarkisian, the conversations with the scheme, with development, how they would use him, I think Texas hit that out of the park. I don't think NIL between a Texas and LSU and a Florida is going to be a deciding factor. I think they're all going to be right there. I think that Easton Royal will continue to go through this process and has to think really hard about, and what his decision about is, where do I really want to be? And I think Texas has done a good job with that. I think LSU still has months to work on that. And I think Florida will hang around in that recruitment as much as they can. But that in-state pressure is real. And so I think right now Eastern Royal remains committed to Texas. Look, there were rumors before his visit, he might flip and not even make the visit to Texas. We kind of scoffed at that. We're like, no. That's not how Eastern Royal's handled any of his process to this point. He's not going to do a 180. That's not how that kid operates. And what he said, he said, I'm firm with my commitment, but, I'm not sure if I'm going to come out and say, I'm making a decision or making the same decision or whatnot, or play it out into the season. I think no matter what, if he comes out and says something and it's positive for Texas, doesn't mean the recruitment's over. This one's going to December. That's my main takeaway. But I think Texas did a really good job with him, really good job with his mom, really good job with his family members. And now we kind of Easton gets to sit back and kind of really take everything in, decide, okay, do I want to do a recommit to Texas? Do I want to have a decision in July of some sort? Because it doesn't really matter what he does in July. This one's going to November. That's my main takeaway on Easton. But I think Texas held serve. I think they did everything they could. I think they hit on all the things they have been hitting on. It's been a consistent recruitment, development, scheme, all things like that. Chris Jackson's resume as a wide receivers coach, Sark's resume. Look, he's had a guy in Devontae Smith that left the home state from a meet. Louisiana, goes out to Alabama. Sark coached him. Jaylen Waddle's in town. Some of those guys that have played and performed well when Sark was the OC at Bama. So Texas threw everything at it they can. He made the track part of the visit on every visit he went on, meaning LSU, Florida, and Texas. I don't think that one is a deciding factor. I think this is football and track. He's really fast, kind of like Jamal Charles, right, Rod? I mean, he's really good. He should run track at the next level. He wants to compete. He's a competitor. But this one's going to go all the way to signing. I'll be shocked if it doesn't on some level.
Munshawn Sales also in town. What are the odds? Let me just ask you straight up, Jerry, that they get a Sales and an Eastern Royal in the same class. Those caliber guys.
The crazy thing, I think Sales is going to decide before Royal because of the magnitude of Royal's recruitment being in New Orleans. I think Sales will probably make a decision in July, early July's potential for that. I think Texas is right there. A lot of this is going to come down to, the one school I don't like their chances is Bama for Sales. And I could be totally wrong, but I don't like their chances necessarily right now. And look, anything can happen in recruiting. I think Indiana obviously has a chance. He's at Lawrence North in Indianapolis. They have a chance. I think Ohio State does have a chance. I think that midweek to LSU's got a chance. And then I think Texas gave themselves a chance. I think the interesting thing is LSU playing a game of wanting to try to split these guys and get one themselves out of this. Kind of like, when you think about it, that midweek visit to LSU kind of popped up. And then Sales makes that midweek, then he comes straight to Texas. But I'll tell you this about Sales. You know what really impressed he was really impressive, Rod? You'll appreciate this. That guy was eye to eye focused with everybody he talked to. He was dialed in and locked in on an official visit. He was called by multiple people around the 40 acres a very, very impressive young professional type of athlete.
Wow.
He really impressed people in Austin. Because, look, it was the only second time he's been on campus. Texas hadn't been recruiting him as long as other guys. So he had that ability to make that impression, and he made an impression. Like, he's a guy that I was told was, whoa, this guy's super impressive. Just to talk to, you look in your eyes the whole time.
Yep.
He's listening and taking in what you're saying. It's sincere. It's not an act. It was his mom's first time on campus. Obviously, she didn't make the unofficial in April. And that's why I was like, before Sales visit, I was like, we can't really get into much of this because people can say, oh, he's going here. Oh, he's going here. Oh, Texas has a chance. His mom had never been on campus, Rod. You know how recruiting is. Anybody saying, oh, Texas could get Sales. Well, his mom's never been on campus. So explain to me how that really is going to happen. It's not. So they had to get mom on campus. I think she had a good visit. And now we see which way that one goes. I think Texas has positioned themselves to have a shot.
That's a good thing. You brought that up about the John Meredith recruitment, that mom really liked Texas. I can vouch for that. My mom basically told Mac I was going to commit before I actually committed because mom loved Mac Brown and loved Texas. So mamas are big. Who's more important in the recruitment, mom or dad?
Mama. Yeah. Mama, and there's a family that's close to them that I think is also a big part of this decision.
Okay. All right. Good stuff there, Jerry. All right. I know we got a lot of questions, guys. So let's just we'll get to the super chats here. We'll probably have a truncated edition. It's a Father's Day edition of our Sunday live stream. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. But we'll get to some of the super chats here. But let's start with my man, Brandon. Brandon, happy Father's Day to you too. I don't have my helmet, Brandon. I don't have it with me. I'm in my dad's house in H-Town, so I don't have my helmet. But hey, many thanks to you, brother. Happy Father's Day. Exactly. Brandon does need his own gift. No doubt about that, Brandon. We appreciate the love, man. No question. And thank you for the super chat. It says, happy Father's Day, everyone. I hope y'all had an awesome day. Rod and Jerry, who do you expect to make the biggest jump in the secondary this year? Hook them. Brandon, when I get back to Austin, brother, I'm going to throw the helmet on for you, all right? That's going to be free of charge for you, baby, because I appreciate you showing so much love. The biggest jump in the secondary, this gives me a lot of talk about the secondary. I hope the biggest jump in the secondary is going to be from whoever is competing out for that safety spot opposite Jelani McDonald. That's who it needs to be. And that's like 3 or 4 different guys. I'm going to go with, for me, I'm going to go personally, it's going to be Bo Masco. Now, if we're going off guys we've seen, then I'm going to go Cade Phillips. But if we're going off guys that just who the secondary right now and from where they were last year and where they will be at the end of 2026, from what I've heard about Bo Masco, behind the scenes, now he's got his ball hawking ability has increased on the 40 acres, probably because he's playing with better players around him than he played with at Rutgers. But at Rutgers, he played a lot of press, played a lot of man coverage. He's really sound and he's mature. He's got that professional mindset now. He's a much older player. It's hard not to go with Bo Masco based on what I've heard. But if we're going off guys who played at Texas last year, Brandon, I'm going to go Cade Phillips, man. I have a Cade Phillips man crush for a long time. I predicted he'd crack the starting lineup last year as a freshman. He did end up winning that spot at the end of the season. I think Cade Phillips takes a huge jump this upcoming season.
Mine is going to be, so we don't have the same answer because I do agree with that, is who Texas needs to.
Oh.
That's Jonah Williams.
Yep.
Jonah Williams, Muschamp, that safety, that free safety spot, that ball hawk, that playmaker. I mean, you think about the guys he's had there, even dating back to LSU under Nick with Laron Landry. But Malachi Starks was a freak. Earl Thomas was a freak.
Mm-hmm.
LaRon Landry was a freak. I mean, like, that's a very, very important position. And so when you think about the guy who you hope makes the biggest jump, I think it's Jonah Williams, because I think he has the best natural playmaking skills of anybody that could play that position.
No, Jerry's not wrong. I said the guy has Thorpe Award potential
Yes.
when I first saw him on film. I do think if he's healthy the entire season, he'll showcase that on the field. That's the big issue. Something else, I would say that Kobe Black last season, I remember us talking about at the end of last season going into the spring that he needed to take a jump. He did take a bit of a jump. He was getting some first team reps in spring. Maybe that's just because they wanted to see him. Now we've heard about him moving to safety. Maybe it's a Kobe Black. That needs to make that kind of jump. If he does and wins that safety spot, that could be a game changer. It could be kind of I talked about this Ahmad Brooks comparison because I played with Ahmad Brooks, who won that job in one offseason and was a corner originally who lost his job at corner, like Kobe Black. And he essentially was a linchpin to a great secondary. And maybe Kobe Black can be that guy. So Kobe Black should be on that list too. All right, good stuff, gentlemen. All right, let's thank you for the super chat, Brandon. You're the man. Happy Father's Day. Justin up next. Justin with a super chat. Thank you, Justin. We appreciate it. Says, where do we see linebacker recruiting trending? And what is the ideal linebacker type for Muschamp's style? And
well, there's just different positions in the linebacker spot. I think if you look at that overhang type of linebacker, you're looking at a Jabarius Garor. Like, I know people list him at edge, but I think Texas has another linebacker committed in this class in Garor because he's going to play that overhang spot.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to consider him a linebacker. So there's a difference between that spot and then your inside spots. Texas really – Jarrell Bridges – I'll say this. If Jarrell Bridges wants to commit to Texas, they will take him as of Sunday today. The tape is really good. He came in at 6'1", 197. I think people around Texas believe the frame is there to get the 220. So I think that is kind of what you're looking for. You can play with the 220, 218, 220, 222-pound linebacker.
Yep.
I mean, look, when Muschamp was at Georgia, what was Smile Mondon coming out of high school? People in the chat, go look at Smile Mondon. He was right around 200, 205 senior year. He ends up being a 225, 230-pound guy who was arguably as good at coverage linebacker as there was in college football. So think back to some of those guys and look back at their profile and what were they like coming out of high school and what did they become? So I think that's what Texas and Muschamp are kind of looking at with a kid like Jarrell Bridges. The tape is really good. You can turn on the tape and say, that guy's a player. And the question's always been, is he 190? Is he even 185? Well, he was 197 on the visit and legit 6'1". So now I think they've seen enough of the frame to know they can put the weight on him, and he's a good enough athlete. He'll be able to retain that athleticism. So we'll see. I just say this about that linebacker recruiting. I mean, long time until December. And Texas will stay on some guys. But I do think even if they get Bridges, I think they'll want one more linebacker in this class for sure.
Yeah. Linebacker getting tougher and tougher, I think, to evaluate and project as a position. Just because of the weight you have to, from high school to college, because of the weight you have to pack on, the mentality, right? Can they be a guy that's physical? Can they be a run stuffer? Instincts are a big part of playing linebacker. Some guys just have bad instincts at linebacker. How disciplined you are. Muschamp does not like guys freestyling in his scheme.
Rob, think what you just said. Think about this. Kosi Okpala played an edge spot his whole senior year at Maid Creek. So when he gets to Texas, they're like, okay, we know this guy is going to show some pass rush ability.
Mm-hmm.
He also quickly showed the smarts to be able to play off the ball and inside. That was not expected when he reported to Texas. So to your point, Rod, that linebacker position is tricky because more of those guys are playing edge in high school as an undersized guy.
Mm-hmm.
An instinctive linebacker be playing free safety in the right defense.
Exactly. Totally agree.
Yep. And you may not see that guy playing linebacker in high school. So I think it's the toughest position to project right now because of where schemes are in the high school level and kind of the spin down of guys. But again, a guy like Kosi Okpala came in and showed them something they weren't expecting. So that guy has now gone way up the board in terms of what they think he can do. Rocky Cummings comes in as a 3-star ranked guy, and instantly, pretty quickly, with how fast he was running on the catapults and stuff, they're like, we got something here. This guy's got a chance.
Yeah.
So they're very happy with those two guys. And it was one late recruit and then one guy in Okpala that what they saw his senior year was all playing off the edge and even hand in the dirt sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Texas, they put him off the ball, and he picked it up, and he showed he has the smarts to do it. He might be a guy that can call a defense. He might be a green dot guy one day.
Exactly. There you go. The green dot guy. The ultimate compliment for you as a football player. We believe you can be our coach on the field. You're the green dot guy. No, I love that, Jerry. All right, let's get to we'll get to a couple of sponsors here, and then we'll get back to the questions in the super chats, guys. Let's thank our friends over at Prize Picks first. Thank you to our friends at Prize Picks, guys. We're in dog days of summer, and not only is it heating up outside, but also heating up in the sports world as well. You got baseball in full swing. WNBA is rolling. You got millions of folks, obviously invested in the World Cup as well. They should be. There's a lot going on, and Prize Picks just adds more fun to it. Now, every possession matters. Every at-bat matters. You're locked in from start to finish. You're not just watching anymore. Now you've got a little juice in it. And the best part is it's really easy. You go more or less on player stats. It's really simple. It doesn't take you a lot of time. You build your lineup, submit it, and you're good. Like I said, it takes maybe minutes. And you can mix and match across different sports. That's what the beauty of Prize Picks. You can be as creative as you want. You can pick basketball with baseball, golf, soccer, even esports if that's your thing. Or you can just kind of stick to the sport that you love the most. And you can pick your favorite player. That's the hot player on your favorite team. Whatever you want to do, our friends at Prize Picks, they give you a lot of creative latitude. Prize Picks available in all 50 states, including right here in the great state of Texas. So if you haven't jumped in yet, now's the time. Download the app, use the code HMA, play $5, and they'll give you $50 in lineups instantly. The code is HMA5, get you 50. Simple as that. And as always, play smart, play responsibly, play Prize Picks. Thank you very much to our friends over at Prize Picks as well. Jerry, while we thank the sponsors, would you do us a favor and tell the fine folks about our friends over at Vaughn Lane?
Vaughn Lane is the smartest way to get to the game. All right, Longhorn fans in the Woodlands in North Houston, listen up. Vaughn Lane just launched their new route between Austin and the Woodlands, and you can book trips right now through October. That's right. That means football season is covered. No more white knuckling it down 290. No more fighting for parking. You ride in the first-class leather seat, connect to Starlink Wi-Fi, grab a cold drink, and show up at the game ready to go. But it's not just for game days. The route's perfect for business travelers heading to Austin for meetings, state government work, or the UT campus. And for folks in Austin, straight shot to the Woodlands for concerts, family visits, or business in the area without dealing with the Houston traffic. And here's what you're not paying for on Vaughn Lane: bag fees, seat assignments, or any of the nickel and dime nonsense that airlines have cooked up. Everything is included: Wi-Fi, snacks, beverages, hot towel service, and complimentary meals on select departures. You boarded a private hotel terminal with no TSA and no lines. Vaughn Lane connects Austin, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Fort Worth, the Plano, Woodlands, Nashville, Memphis, and Atlanta, and they're growing by the year. Book at vaughnlane.com and enter code OTF26 at checkout for $20 off the first ride. What's Vaughn Lane? It's a private jet on wheels.
All right. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks to our friends at Vaughn Lane as well. Also, Justin with the last super chat said, and 3 highs is a solid Father's Day / birthday gift. Happy birthday, Justin. And Father's Day birthday. All right. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Let me know. I don't know if that's good or bad, the birthday being Father's Day, but
it's good for the spouse because it's a 2-with-1 deal.
You get the 2, exactly.
Yeah.
He said great stuff as always, fellas. Happy Father's Day. Well, happy Father's Day and happy birthday to you, Justin. Appreciate that. All right, back to the super chats. How about this one? I believe we got one more. Yes, we do. From Juan. Thank you, Juan, for the super chat. Good to hear from you as always. Happy Father's Day. Said, how was the Landon Williams Callis visit?
Haven't heard a ton on that one yet. I mean, look, I would say this. I think, and I'll be impactful in that, this was his 8th official visit, guys. This is the most I've ever seen, at least tied, or if not the most. I think 7 have been the most I've seen. So 8 official visits. Going into the Texas visit was considered A&M over Oregon, but we'll see. Look, he had a really good visit. We do know that. Where it's going to go beyond that, have not heard enough. There's a lot of chatter out there, but for all the people that are saying, hey, the chatter is this, the chatter is this, how much has anybody known about the Landon Williams-Callis recruitment, really? It's been as close to the vest as any this year. So I would just take that into account a little bit, and we'll see where that one goes here. But I haven't heard anything that makes me jump up and down or anything that makes me say, that one ain't. That has no chance of happening to this point.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the super chat, Juan. We appreciate it. Okay. Well, I know we got some questions here, which we'll get to. We'll try to kind of get through a rapid fire so we can hit as many as we can before we end tonight's live stream. Quick question, though, Father's Day related. Who is the greatest father-son legacy in Texas football history? Texas sports history, I believe it is James Street, Houston Street, Street Brothers, Street Clan. Yeah. Right, they were strong. All right, they went generations deep at Texas and did it at a high level in multiple sports. But in Texas football alone, is it just as simple as Johnny Johnson and Colin Johnson?
It may be.
It comes down. It's just that simple.
Until Aaron and Sanya, those kids come up.
Yes, that's a good one too. You might have some good ones in the future coming up though.
The national championship team's got some kiddos coming up. We'll see if they end up being ballers.
I was gonna say I was just talking to Alex January, and isn't January a father-son legacy?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dave and Casey Scudder's a good one.
That's a good one.
Clemens' dad and son in all sports is absolutely a great argument.
Yes, that is. That's what I said. In different sports, actually, baseball definitely probably has better, but the Hager family is a good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, you got about that. Isn't it Gilbert? This is Garrett Gilbert. Was he?
Gail was Cal. He was in the Stanford Cal game.
Yeah, he didn't play at Texas.
He was the Cal quarterback against John Elway in that Stanford game where the band ran on the field.
It may be as simple as Johnny Johnson and Colin Johnson, honestly.
Yeah.
Trying to think of one where both sons were really elite.
Sin lines as well. Yeah.
Oh, the sin lines. That's a good one too.
Well, NIL rev share, the Hollies. Yeah. Dad was drafted, Shay. Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was just a random question on a Father's Day. I just wanted to kind of get it out there to the fans. I know you guys have great knowledge. Question. Throw it out there. All right. Before we get back to talking about little recruiting nuggets, let's hit some questions. I'm trying to go rapid fire here. I like this question from Doug, though. At least it's a point that he made. Here's Rod and Jerry, former Alabama receiver Jaylen Waddle, visited the 40 acres. Was that a surprise visit? Also, could that help with Texas sales in Royal? Also, will Alabama fans feel a type of way? I would say this about the wide receivers. I think wide receivers like Sark's offense.
Yeah.
Period. I think wide receivers like the offense. I think I know why, but I think ultimately it's a wide receiver friendly offense.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
He'll always be a recruit to it.
Yeah. Obviously with Jaylen Waddle. So I want to say this first. It wasn't some big thing concocted up by Texas with Jaylen Waddle. When I was at the airport Friday, Hank South and I were there. I bet I saw 10 to 15 NFL players come in. There was something going on in Austin. I don't know what it was. They were all different agents too. It wasn't like it was one agency that had all these guys in town. Roma Dunze, Dion Dawkins, Pro Bowler for the Buffalo Bills. No connections to Texas. There was a number of NFL guys roll through Bergstrom. They had something going on this week, and I don't know what it was. But there's probably 15, 20, probably more. We saw some other guys leaving, going into the airport today. So there were a lot of NFL guys. There must have been something agency going on with this weekend. Obviously, Bijan was in town. I mean, there was a lot of guys that were in town this weekend. But obviously, if Jaylen Waddle's going to be in town, you would be absolutely nuts not to at least bring him by the facility because Jeff Banks and Sark were so close to him. One thing I can say about Easton, I mean, look, Texas is doing everything they can. I mean, he FaceTime with Xavier Worthy Saturday.
Wow.
I will say that. I don't think that's out there publicly.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I say the wide receivers, I think
everything they can.
Yeah, the wide receivers like Sark offense, and that's why they're like, hey, let a wide receiver that played in this offense talk to a wide receiver. We're recruiting to play in this offense, and he'll help us because he'll tell them, oh man, this is why you want to play in Sark's offense. This, and this. It's going to be great for you. I just think that wide receivers speak the same language.
I almost tweeted out I almost tweeted out Roma Dunze's in Austin. That's bad news for the Texas secondary, but I didn't know how the fans would take that. Was that too soon? Was that too soon?
Too soon, man. Too soon still.
It's still too soon, isn't it?
I'm a DB, so even making jokes about me getting beat in 2001. Too soon. Too soon. Hey, Brandon's up again. See, Brandon, I don't have my helmet, and Brandon's just throwing out these super chats. Boom. Just haymakers. Thank you, Brandon. We appreciate it, Brandon. Matter of fact, Brandon, I'm not gonna. I got a care package coming to you. I do. Just let you know. All right, between me and you. All right, I'm gonna get you something because you've been showing so much love. We appreciate it. All right, he says I want to go in depth about Arch. If our offensive line is good, what kind of in-depth leap do you expect from him compared to Vince Young and Colt? Oh man, that is good. The thing about Colt, the leap that Colt did was that in 2000, from 2007 to 2008, I almost felt like his arm got stronger, and then his accuracy just went to otherworldly. Like he literally, I believe he set the record, right? The national record for completion percentage. And that was one of the biggest leaps I've seen from a Texas quarterback ever. Like that was a huge, his 07-08 transition was phenomenal. It was extraordinary. VY, I feel like VY always kind of had that. We played against VY. He was on the scout team, right? When we were veterans at Texas. And I got to tell you, he was doing some freaky stuff on the scout team. As a freshman, I feel like VY always had that in him. He just needed, the right offense to unleash it. Yeah. Right. I feel like Colt actually, I think the improvement from Colt to me was more miraculous than the improvement from VY.
Stronger, more confident. I saw him at a state basketball tournament. And when we say he was skinny, 6'1", 162, 163, at most like 165, 67. He was not a big guy in high school. For anybody that are kind of Rod and I's age that go back and kind of think about him, and that stronger, more confident. He knew he was a good player. He knew he was a good quarterback, but the stronger you get, the more confident you get. And I do think the stronger he got, his arm strength gained a little bit as well.
There's no doubt. Go watch 07 Colt and 08 Colt. He's got some zip and some velo on those throws he just didn't have before. And maybe you're right. Maybe he just got stronger. I think Tom Brady says throwing the football, it's not just about arm strength. It's like he always talks about being a full body.
It's core. The core leads. The core leads the rotation. If your core is not strong, you'll never maximize your arm talent if your core isn't ripping through the ball. It's just like golf swing, man. It's just like baseball. It's all the same. It's the core is always underrated.
Yes.
And everything. Throwing a ball, hitting a ball.
Agreed.
On Arch, Rod, I'm going to put it in simple terms for me, because if he hits this number, the feet at the ball at the feet on the short cross, some of those things are going to take care of themselves. 61.4. And in Sark's offense, you're not going to have the 71, 72% completions because you're throwing the ball down the field. But I think for Arch to maximize in simple terms, 65.5% completions. If he goes up 4% this year, just think about what those throws that he missed last year. If he connects on those throws, just simple without thinking about anything else. If you see him at 65.5, creeping up to 66 this year, that's a pretty massive jump in an offense where you throw the ball down the field a lot.
Totally agree. And I will say, he'll have some drops, but if you have fewer drops than you did last year we were around 22 drops, something like that. I'm talking about in critical moments. We all remember them. His completion percentage will rise slightly. He's got to hit the crossers, though.
Yes.
The crossing routes are big in Sark's offense, the drags, the unders, the overs. He's not great at anticipating and throwing guys open on crossing routes. He should get much better in 2026 at that. And also, I think for him, there are times where, and I think every quarterback who's right-handed probably has a drop in completion percentage, probably in efficiency, throwing from right to left, throwing to his left. But he does have some pretty significant, I have the numbers, we'll go over them later and talk about it, but he has some significant drops in efficiency throwing to his left. I said I think most quarterbacks have some differences, slight differences. His are pretty stark. So I think that's something else he's got to improve on. And I think he will, just because the talent around him has improved so much. So you're right, Brandon. He also faced the 6th most pressure in the country, by the way, with one of the worst running games that Sark has had, probably arguably the worst running game that Sark has had as a play calling head coach. So he did not have a lot of help. That's what we will realize this season, that he'll have much more help around him and a better supporting cast around him too.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you, Brandon. Brandon, like I said, thank you for the love, brother. Appreciate that. No doubt about it. All right. We got, Aloha Traveler coming in. Whoa.
I feel like I got to go get lampshade, Rod.
Yeah. I don't have a hat. Aloha Traveler. You old school, man. I owe you too. All right, no doubt about that.
Yeah, we owe you. I don't have the lampshade either.
When I get my helmet, Aloha Traveler, I'm gonna put you down here, brother. I owe you one, no doubt about that. All right, appreciate you, Aloha Traveler. Great to hear from you too. Happy Father's Day. Oh, Jerry's gone. Jerry's going to go get some. He's going to go get some. I know, he got me hyped too. I'm going to do some. He says, any truth to the rumors that Texas baseball is having a hard time competing in NIL with other SEC teams? Since our baseball team doesn't get rev share like other places, we are 100% dependent on NIL, and I guess it's lag. Oh, what's Jerry got here?
That's all I got right now, man. Got 4 or 5 hats.
Hey, as I say, the effort, it's the thought that counts.
It's all effort.
It's a thought that counts.
We're going to make the effort.
That's how much you matter to us, Aloha Travel. We're going to make the damn effort. We appreciate you. But what are your thoughts about the question here? And I hope this is not the case. He said there's rumors that Texas baseball is having a hard time competing in NIL with other SEC teams. Since our baseball team doesn't get rev share like other places, we are 100% dependent on NIL. And I guess it's lagging places like Aggie, LSU. Thank you for the super chat, Aloha Traveler. We appreciate it. Very kind of you, brother. Always good to hear from you too. Living that good life. Should Texas be lagging in any sport when it comes to NIL resources? I do understand baseball is in a unique position, like he said, with their rev share situation. But what are your thoughts about Texas potentially not, competing at the same level of an Aggie on LSU when it comes to baseball NIL?
I think my number one overriding thought on that, and look, I'll ask Blake Monroe on this. I'm not dialed into the dollars part of that. Schloss wasn't brought here and not given a chance to compete.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't make the hire they made, not give him a chance to compete. So that's the one thing I would say. Now, NIL prices, like in basketball this year, the price of poker went up 30 to 40% on guys. Like there was a mad jump in basketball. If there was a mad jump, if we hear about a mad jump in baseball like that, then and we hear about, Texas falling behind a little bit there, then there could be something to it. I mean, Texas got a couple of guys they really, really coveted over the last few days. But I find it hard to believe that Schloss was brought in and then not given a chance to succeed. That would surprise me. But I'll ask Blake from a comparison standpoint on that. I will say this: if anybody didn't think A&M is motivated to beat Texas in baseball because the way that went down,
that's fair.
You know LSU is going to put a lot of juice into baseball. Yeah,
that's a great point though about the Aggies. One thing they don't want to do is lose out to Texas in any way in baseball or football, but especially baseball, considering how everything went down and considering Slosh's relationship with CDC. Man, you would think he'd be given, every opportunity to get all the resources he needs. So I'll do some research too, because I actually have a lot of friends who are, friends of the program, if you will, of baseball. So I would assume baseball was doing pretty good too. But we'll do some more research on that, Aloha Traveler. We appreciate the love and appreciate the question as well. And hope you're doing well. Thank you for the Father's Day shout out too. All right, we got another super chat here. Thank you from Jacob. Thank you for the super chat, Jacob. Says Jacob Bartlow says, happy Father's Day to all y'all. He says, thanks for making this available. OTF is the best place for all things Longhorn news. Listening in from Mongolia today.
Whoa. What time is it there? Unless he made a big old typo and he meant Magnolia, which I don't think. What time is it in Mongolia right now?
Unless he meant Magnolia, which that could happen too. But thank you. We appreciate you joining. As I said, the holidays are about family, Happy Father's Day to everybody out there, and OTF fam. That's why I call OTF fam, man, because we consider you guys to be family.
840, he said. There you go. Thank you, man.
Hey, that's commitment right there. Hey, we appreciate it, Jacob. That means a lot to us, brother.
This is his coffee and football. His nighttime live stream is Jacob's coffee and football.
That's crazy, because I'm about to go have me a drink, and it's not a coffee in a second too. But all right, thank you guys for all the super chats. Thank you guys for the participation. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate the love as always, Brandon. Like I say, so I got some goodies coming to you. Justin, thank you. Thank you, Juan, for the super chats. Well, Aloha Traveler OG. So call it Aloha OG, man. He's been around.
Oh my gosh, Brandon Morgan does not want the show to end.
Brandon, what the Brent?
I don't have enough hats for all this, man.
I don't have a damn hat or nothing, Brandon. I don't even.
I'm gonna have to get a corn dog for all these.
Oh, Brandon, like I said, we got to come up with your own specific. We got to come up with something specific just to Brandon. Now, I'm serious. Like, we're gonna have to need something. Brandon gives a super chat or something. We're gonna have something specific just for him. Because, woo, maybe it is.
We're gonna end up having to do a live stream on a pontoon boat or something with Brandon.
It's a super chat off.
The super chat off.
Woo! I'll give you another one, Brandon. I'll give you 3 woos, man, like Ric Flair. Wow. I said, let's get it, boys. I appreciate y'all's two in-depth talks. Rod and Jerry is the best in the business to do the homework, and all that really helps us to understand everything day to day. Jerry, who do you take next? Who do you think is going to be next commitment for the Longhorns? And as always, hook them. Brandon, no BS, Brandon. We really do appreciate it, brother. Like I said, it does mean a lot. Thank you, man. Let's start calling it a brand chant. Yeah, exactly. I said we're going to have to do something for Brandon specifically, because he just showing so much love. Like, we love the fan, the OTF fan, but Brandon, man, like I said, it's I feel like speechless, and Rod B is never speechless, and you make me speechless.
Sometimes like when you're a big donor to something, you get your name on a stadium and facilities. Right? We're gonna have the brand. It's gonna have to be like one night's gonna be the Brandon Morgan live stream. Brandon, pick your night. Brandon, pick your night. The Brandon,
it's like a bowl sponsorship.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, it might have to happen with the way my man is giving out these super chats. So,
man, Aloha Traveler, wow.
Aloha Traveler. That's OG. I told you. OG,
I guess we're staying on all night.
It's a super chat.
Here's the they're both in Hawaii.
From Kauai. See, that's why I know.
Where's Brandon? Brandon's not in Hawaii. Where's Brandon?
I don't know where Brandon is, but Aloha. That's why Aloha Traveler's in a good mood. He lives in Hawaii, in Kauai. Aloha Traveler, you want us to talk about something for you? You're just showing love. We'll do anything. What you want, man?
I didn't even answer the first question. It's going to be a defensive player. That will be the next Texas commitment, I believe.
Aloha Traveler, man, tell me what you want, bro. I'll do whatever you want, man. I appreciate the love.
Man.
He's not getting out. I always say this. Aloha Traveler was the original OG with the big super chat. My first time putting on the helmet, I believe, was Aloha Traveler, because he's the one that gave us a big super chat. And I was like, I got to do something special. And it was Aloha Traveler I put on the helmet for. So originally, the helmet for the big super chat as a celebration was Aloha Traveler. So he is the OG. He is the OG, but the love that I said, the love is making me speechless, Joe. I ain't gonna lie, the love has got me speechless. Like, between Father's Day and Brandon and Aloha Traveler, like, honestly, I'm in the fields right now. I'm not joking. Like,
hey, Joshy Manning said he's not getting outdone either.
Man, what's going on here?
Yeah, Joshy Manning gets the first down of the game. Is Joshy Manning first down?
Oh, man. Say, like I said, I'm not mad about that, Josh, because that's kind of, like I said, I'm not, that we appreciate everything. All right. Hey, trust me. I'm like the lady at the gentleman's club. Hey, I take that dollar bill too. All right. That dollar bill means just as much. You're gonna get a lot of time for that little dollar bill you gave. Keep it exactly. I just made a strip club comment because y'all got me thinking that way. I apologize. It's on a Sunday and it's Father's Day. But yeah, man, thank you, Aloha Traveler. Means a lot. Brandon, like I said, that's a lot of love, man. That's almost, like I said, love that makes you speechless it's a beautiful thing.
Like he bought the mayo packet. Nice. That's true.
Right. I got to figure out a way to give Aloha Traveler. I don't know if we got your info, but I do need your info too. We need to get Aloha Travel's info.
I probably should just deliver him a care package.
Yeah, I would love to. I don't know if I got enough bread to deliver him a care package to get the ticket, but I can send one to Aloha Traveler.
Somebody needs to scout players in Hawaii at least once for OTF.
CD, happy Father's Day. Yeah, why don't y'all go out there and go look at some players every now and then?
I'm going to have our first ever OTF football camp.
Charge it to Bobby, man. Bobby will pay for that. All right,
football camp.
Thank you, CB. Thank you, brother. Happy Father's Day to you as well. And thoughts to all of those who obviously celebrated Father's Day but may not have their fathers with them. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all and the love that you guys show us. We think you guys as family. We appreciate y'all joining us as well. So thoughts with you guys as well. And like I said, Aloha Traveler, we got to try to get your info. I don't know how Matthew does a good job of finding it, but just try to get that done because I got to send you a care package too, brother. Got to show some. We got to reciprocate this love. We got to pay it forward. All right. So thank you, Aloha Travel. Thank you, Brandon. Justin, we appreciate it. CB, thank you. Thank you, Juan. Thank you. Also, who just gave a super chat that we just hit?
Joshy Manning.
Yep. Joshy Manning, thank you very much. Appreciate you as well. And like I said, thank you to Matthew behind the scenes. Nobody does it better than Matthew, twisting and tweaking the dials. He's a real MVP.
Oh, man.
Like I said, I'm Matt. Wow.
Brandon Morgan. Wow.
What? Brandon. Brandon, I'm saying now I got Brandon. Wow. I'm serious. I'll be back. Like I said, you know what? I'm gonna do something. Hey, man. Is my girl on?
Look, I don't have time to find one up.
All right, here we go.
Nobody's here. Well, I don't have time to find one up. Here
you know what you got. Brandon, say hey to the people. Say hey, Brandon. Say hey, Aloha Travel. This is my baby girl. All right, that's how hype y'all got me. I don't think she's been on the show yet, so say what's up to the world. Happy Father's Day to everybody. All right.
This is the first live stream both of us ever left the chat and left the stream.
I had to go get something to show some love. The only thing I think of what matters to me is my baby girl, so I went and got her. I try to think of what how I can show some love. That's how I can show some love. So I appreciate you, Brad. I was like, baby girl has not been on the live stream.
I got the Chihuahua. I got my little buddy. How about that?
There you go. Exactly. I feel the same way. It's like there's so much love being shown right now on the live stream. I gotta do it too.
I said, yeah.
All right, you're okay. All right. See, now we got a crying child. See, all right.
By the way, it's 8:45 in Mongolia now.
All right.
It's been an interesting 5 minutes.
Man, I'm sweating around here. I feel like I want to start. I feel like I want to start doing some like workout stuff. But y'all gotta be hyped at the end of the live stream. And now I don't even know. Like I said, Brandon, Aloha Traveler, all you guys, thank you very much, man. Like I said, I'm never speechless. Y'all know this. And Brandon got me speechless over here. Exactly. I'm never speechless. Brandon got me speechless. Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys. Brandon, don't do it again. Don't do it. Don't do it again. Don't do it. Okay. Don't do it again, Brandon. Stop where you are right now. Don't do it. Don't press the button. All right. We love you, brother. We do. We love all you guys. Thank you guys so much. If we missed any questions or comments, we apologize about that, but we will address them tomorrow. Coffee and Football, bright and early tomorrow morning with Jerry Hamilton and Bobby Burden.
Love you guys. Appreciate all of y'all for real.
8:15. Yeah, no jokes, guys. We actually do love you guys, man. We consider you guys to be family. Love that you guys have helped us build this true community. And also, we'll have Monday's live stream. Jeff will be on the Monday live stream with Coach Shipley and with CJ Vogel because I'm out on Monday. I'm going to switch with Jeff on Wednesday of that week. So just throwing it out there, folks. And that will be at 7 p.m. promptly. Thanks to our sponsors, Prize Picks and Von Lane. Thanks to all the super chats. Brandon. Come on, man.
Aloha. Thank you, guys.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt made, just so you know. I'm trying to work on a T-shirt for Brandon. Aloha, traveler. I got to get the info because I got to send you something too. Thanks for all the love, guys. Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you out there. Thanks for watching. For Jerry and for Matthew, I'm Lifetime Longhorn Rod Babers. Until next time, hook 'em horse.